Your man Chuck Knox here. I'm excited to kick off the first call of the year of 2025. This is going to be a great year for all of us. But first, I want to turn it over to Nate and let him read off last month's numbers for everybody who went out there and kicked butt that final month of the year. Nate, I'm going to turn it over to you, man.
All right, I've got enough numbers to read. Let's take it from the top. Brody, 200. This is paid uncapped numbers for December. Okay, so this is production. All these numbers have been paid out. Devamon, 284. Vanessa, 516. Jermaine, $718 of premium. Michelette, $871. We got Scott, $1,009. CC, $1,062 of premium. Muhammad, $1,257. McKingonson, $1,910. Tyler, $1,940. Michelle, $1,942. AJ Camp, $2,041. Brandon, $3,186. Hang Dean, $3,632. Melanie Martinez, $5,542 paid last month. Myself, Nate Maddox, $6,295. Mania Spadata, $6,366. Luis Maud, $8,751. Miss Kimberly Crosby, $11,186. Rob Zoba, $12,604 last month, paid business. Brad Schmidt, $12,730 of premium. George Ramel, $12,973. Mr. Christian Dean, who was just on the live stream running appointments, $14,087 last month. Wayne Schieber, $15,135. The rest of these are over $20K for the month. Paid business. Paul Picaro, $20,241. Brandon Kent, $20,325. Jen Vickers, $23,445. Christian Pounder, $25,645. And our guest tonight, Chuck Knox, uncapped paid volume last month. Dude, I can't wait to hear about this. $103,614. So that's uncapped. You're also number one on the month for capped business, which we can all see on the leaderboard. 37,258 capped, but you got paid on 100,000. And then we had Mr. Jerry Angers snuck in with a big case. Must have been an annuity or an IUL, some kind of a retirement solutions case. Jerry got paid and issued on a $169,366 case. So awesome job, Jerry Angers. So last year, the numbers came in. This is regional manager teams, uncapped and capped premium that you guys all collectively work towards. So kudos to everybody. Chuck, buddy, you paid out, you and your team got paid on $3 million of business last year. $3,135,156 is what got paid on, commissions on. Capped on the leaderboard, we see $561,388. Myself, $3.3 million, $49,230. So incredible job, team. Capped business year to date last year was $1.1 million, $26,805. And Mr. Dave Schneider, uncapped, is $2.4 million, and he beat us by $30,000 for the number one spot, capped issue paid premium last year. And this is just his regional manager team, not his whole hierarchy. $1,151,252. So, that's crazy to think about. I mean, leaderboard's great. We love kudos, but I like to also address publicly, because what actually goes in your bank account, and hits your bank account is more so what I get excited about. So that's crazy to think that just between those three managers, guys, that's almost $9 million that was issued, volume, put on the books, sent into the insurance companies just last year from, collective efforts from all you guys on the team. So really proud of everybody. I don't think we've even scraped the surface of, what we're poised to do. And me and Chuck, we're getting started early. Can't wait to see everybody in Fort Lauderdale from noon to 4, January 23rd. That's only a couple weeks away, guys. There's everybody, just about everybody is open to and thinking about, how to make extra money right now. So take advantage of that, leverage the system, leverage the team. We're going to be there, training agents. Hopefully they're yours. Either way, January 23rd, write it down, Fort Lauderdale. I'm going to send out a blast to every number that is dialed into this phone call tonight. I'll send out a flyer to where you have the address and everything that'll come through tomorrow. And also January 24th, the very next day, we're going to be in Orlando, same time. Boot camp, sales training boot camp. We're going to roll our sleeves up and get after it and really get after it for about 4 hours. January 24th, Orlando. January 23rd, Fort Lauderdale. Chuck, man, over $100,000 issue paid last month. You're rolling into 2025 with some heavy momentum, my friend. I'm looking forward to shutting up, getting my pen ready, and listening to my buddy and my partner, Chuck Knox. Take it away, my friend.
Thanks, man. Yeah, we closing out 2024 in a strong way is great momentum to start 2025, and I'm excited to see where 2025 takes us. There's a lot of people on this call and on our team that had great 2024s. There's some people on the call that probably would wish they would have done better, and there's a bunch of new people on here who doesn't really have anything to have a benchmark on. But here's the thing, Nate, about starting a fresh year. We all start in the same position. We all start from ground zero, and to me, that's so exciting. Because, when you start a new year, when you start off on a fresh foot, you can make your year by what you do in the first month and setting the tone for yourself. So, a couple of weeks ago, I was writing out all my goals and aspirations for the year, and I was taking pages of notes for myself, and I thought to myself, this would be great to start out the year for our first call, just going over some of the stuff that I wrote down for myself. So everybody on this call, please take out a pen and piece of paper. I know probably a lot of you probably didn't, start the year off by writing out your goals and doing all this. So I hope this call is the call that makes you, put some pen to paper, write out what you're looking to achieve, write out your goals, and have a clear vision for yourself. So a few of the things that I wrote down for myself personally, right, is the first thing. Let's make 2025 our year. In order for you guys to, or any of us to take advantage of a fresh year, is to have a plan. All right. So the number one thing is have a plan. Know your numbers that you need to hit. Have a successful week and a successful month. Right. The quote that goes around this, our business is the numbers, you can't outwork the numbers, and the numbers can't outwork you. So as long as you have a clear goal of like what you're looking to achieve on a weekly basis, it will lead you to then be able to have good months. Like I didn't pay $100,000 just off a whim, just because I didn't have a plan and I was just going willy-nilly. It's because I had a plan. I had an organized plan of what I wanted to achieve. And guys, I did that in 2 weeks. I didn't work the last 2 weeks of December. I did that in 2 weeks. And it just goes to show you, if you put your mind to something and what you want to achieve, you can do it. And a lot of the times we go through, our days and weeks and months and not having a plan for yourself. And I hope you guys didn't go into this brand new year not having a plan for yourself. Okay? So the first thing I want you guys to do is just write out what your goals are, what your numbers are, what you want to achieve. I have them written down in 5 different places just so it's so readily available so that I can always see it and always remind myself what I'm trying to achieve for myself this year. Your schedule is super important. So be intentional with that schedule. Know what you're doing every minute of the day. Okay? If you have white spaces in your schedule, that's dead space. That means you're not doing anything. And I don't know how you would go to a new year and not have your plan written out to where you know what you're doing every single second of every day. 2025 could be a great year, but it also, you could fall short, and I don't want you guys to fall short this year. One thing that gets me, and I guarantee some people are listening to this call doing something else right now, probably scrolling through Instagram, and if that's you, stop scrolling. But distractions kills this business. Momentum is everything. And that was one of the things that I wanted to lead into this year, was having good momentum. We have a lot of people on our team that's closed out the year strong. There's a lot of people that kind of went on vacations, and they're having to turn that flywheel and try to get that wheel turning again. And it's tough. It's even tough for me because I took the last couple of weeks off of December, and getting into the office the last couple of days was like pulling, I want to say hair, but I don't have any, but pulling teeth. And listen, guys, there's a lot to say about momentum and starting the year off right. You do not want to be distracted. So do everything that you can to not be distracted. Turn your notifications off on your phone during working hours. Put your phone away for the most part, because a lot of times people are scrolling on their phones all the time. Huge distraction, guys. We a lot of that distraction comes from the lack of belief in yourself. A lot of the times, when we go through, especially for all the new people that are starting a brand new industry who've never, been in the insurance or even sales in general, or the distribution building that we're in now, we lack the vision for ourselves, and we lack the belief because, we don't know what we're capable of. But, if you lack the belief in yourself, it's super easy to be mediocre, right? It's so easy to be mediocre, and most of the world is mediocre. But the one thing that people that are successful do is that they show up, right? 90% of success is just showing up. And this goes to conferences. This goes towards our meeting in Fort Lauderdale. I know a lot of the people on this call are somewhat local to the Fort Lauderdale or Orlando area. I hope you guys make it. Fort Lauderdale, we have our location almost planned out, but Orlando, we're going to be at Jared Ewing's office in Celebration, Orlando. I know a lot of people have probably been to that office already, so if you're close to that office, if you're in the Tampa Bay area, if you're in the Port St. Lucie area, it's just it's a couple hours drive over there, and it'll be worth every penny you getting there and just having a refresher. If you've been in this business for a while and you need a refresher to get the pep back in your step, I think this would be perfect. If you're brand new, I think this is the perfect opportunity for you guys to be around people that are doing this business at a high level and learning what we do on a daily basis to be able to achieve what we achieve. Okay. Challenge yourself. Challenge yourself in growth. Okay. Have a vision for yourself and see yourself as the person that you want to be. Dave always says this, in the office, don't dress for the position that you have, dress for the position that you want. And that goes into, believing in yourself and showing up and having that idea of, listen, I'm starting here now. I know I could be in this position in 30, 60, 90 days and believe that you could do it, because you can. When I started out in this business, I was awful. I was a personal trainer. I didn't know anything about this business, and I sucked my first couple months. But slowly after that, because I had that belief in myself and I saw other people doing it, it gave me that ability to grow in this business. Without the vision for yourself, if you don't believe in yourself, no one else is going to. So you have to have that vision of what you're looking to achieve for yourself. What a lot of the things that what it comes down to in this business is just having an organized plan of like what you're looking to achieve. And my days and weeks every day and every week look exactly the same. And it's a lot about consistency and just doing things over and over and over again until you fully grasp it. A lot of times we have, people on the call now that, will dial a few leads and they say that this business doesn't work because these leads don't work. No, it's just because we need to get better at our craft. We all dial the same leads. We all work off of the same stuff. A person is a person. A phone number is a phone number. We just have to be able to maximize what we do in every day and every week to then be able to achieve what we're looking to achieve. One thing that I like doing for myself, is creating a vision board, and having things in front of me that remind me of what I'm looking to achieve, right? A lot of us did very well, last year, but, even myself, I didn't achieve everything that I was looking to achieve. And the one thing that I know for a fact is that as long as I'm always pushing forward and I'm always trying to learn and be better and be able to, provide value to people, whether that's a client or whether that's, a new agent, everything that we do, it compounds, right? And as long as you're continuing to push the boundaries for yourself and, and what Barry says, the madman cycles, that the last 90 days of the year, I put the blinders on and I really stepped it up a notch. And it wasn't just to hit numbers, but it was to see what I was capable of, right? And a lot of us, we don't know what we're capable of because we haven't pushed ourselves past those boundaries. Because, a lot of times we get nervous. We get nervous about, what that success would bring. If I have 100 clients, I'm going to have to keep up with 100 clients, and I don't know how to do this, but it's all things that are we're able to control. And as long as you have a schedule and a list of things that you need to achieve, just constantly remind yourself of why you're doing this and what the outcome that you're looking to achieve. I know that, Nate and I, we have a lot of things that we're looking to accomplish this year. And a lot of it comes from, the ability to help you guys grow and prosper this year. So, a lot of the reason why we're doing these meetings, believe me, isn't for me and Nate to be traveling around God's green earth to spend money on conference rooms and plane tickets, but it's to be able to get in front of those people that want this business and want this business to work for them, because clearly the business works. 2025 could be a great year. And it starts today. Today is Monday the 6th. We're, if you haven't planned this out, we're a little bit late now, but we have 359 days left of this year, and we want to make every one of those days count. But yeah, Nate, listen, man, I'm excited for this year. I'm excited for our conference or our trainings in Fort Lauderdale and Orlando. We will be rolling out more conferences and trainings that we're going to be hosting leading up to that Atlanta meeting that we have for Equus, our quarterly meeting in Atlanta. But Nate, man, listen, I'm gonna turn it back over to you real quick, and I'm gonna let you close us out here.
Man, I don't know if there's a whole lot to add. I'm getting text messages. My phone's blowing up. People been taking notes, but you laid everything out pretty quick. So hopefully everyone kind of, took some notes and they can go back and think about this. Said, number one, have a plan, set specific goals. I know you guys have heard that before, but when you tied it back in a second ago, Chuck, to 90-day madman cycles, which I have, posted, and I've been going through, there's a strategy to that, and we're happy to help you with it, give you the tools to be able to set one of those out and be specific about things. But you said something that just made all kind of sense to me. when you mentioned you find out what you're capable of, because it's not about hitting the number so much as the number is a tangible report card of, just a metric that you're shooting for. Really successfully pulling off a 90-day madman cycle and setting a 90-day goal, in reality, buddy, it doesn't really even matter if you hit it or not, because I like to set big ones, right? But it doesn't matter so much if you accomplish it. It's more so when you look yourself in the mirror at the end of that, when the dust settles, and you look yourself in the mirror, and only but if you really gave it all you had or if you left something on the field. And if you gave it all you had, now you're starting to find out that you're capable more than you thought. I remember my first one, I was just trying to win a trip. They had a trip to Laguna Beach, Mutual of Omaha. Only the points with Mutual of Omaha, no other carrier counted. And I said, I'm just going to try this. They've been telling me I'm just going to try it and try to prove them wrong, right? And that's a good strategy, by the way. Try to prove us wrong on all the things we're saying. I'm going to try to prove them wrong. And you had to write $90,000 of just Mutual of Omaha business. And I set a goal, and every day I tracked it, and I would update it. How many days do I have left? 89 days left, 60 days left. Currently, I have $10,000 to go. $80,000. It doesn't matter if I didn't. Every day I would update it. I would erase it, and if today I did 0, I would put a 0. But staying hyper focused on whatever that goal is. I didn't hit it in 90 days, Chuck, but I did hit it in 106 days, which was insane. And at a beginner's contract, I deposited over $50,000 in my account. Well, that's a byproduct. If I would have set a goal to try to deposit $50,000 in my account in 90 days, I truly believe I would not have been able to do that because I'd never done that before, and I would have had self-limiting beliefs, but I can win a trip. I did find out what I was capable of, though, and then I was able to set another goal. So, hopefully that translates to something that, you can set forward, maybe just looking at hitting sales manager, or getting that bonus, building your regional manager team, getting up to that $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month bonus money. Like that bonus money that our marketing partners at Equus are giving out, it hails in comparison to your actual income. If you hit the level to have $5,000 a month bonus money, you're going to be making a lot more than that as actual income into your account. So think about that. That's why those metrics are there, to kind of help you set different goals for yourself and break through, those self-limitation beliefs. That's what it helped me with anyways. And then he said, eliminate distractions. Huge. Distractions come from lack of belief in yourself. Man, that was a gut punch. I agree with that, Chuck. Number 3 said, show up. You beat almost everybody just by showing up. And that's the truth. Show up. Don't show, at least you come, but I really encourage you to leverage being able to get 2 or 3, people that everyone's open to making extra money right now. Think about who you know and maybe who they know anywhere around South Florida and get them to that meeting and let them spend the afternoon with us. It's either going to make perfect sense for them and they're going to get moving, or you're not going to waste your time anymore, right? But leverage us and our investment into you by not showing up just by yourself. Let us help you start hitting those bonuses. Let us start helping you build some distribution. Being consistent, hey, this business is all consistency. I love what you said about visual goals. Me and Lauren set a dream board up. I guess it was 2 years ago. And, buddy, we put some pretty crazy stuff on that dream board, but most of it is already down. The truck I pasted up there, drove to the office today. We went to Ireland, Scotland, Costa Rica. We went and chartered a sailboat, and went out in the indigenous islands out of the Panama Canal. bought a camper, all kinds of stuff but it was visual. It was hanging up. I saw it. That is huge, So I really encourage it. Hopefully you have already, but get real serious about that and really see what you got. Unlock that power that comes with that over this first 90 days. Everybody, trust me, hey, Atlanta, March 23rd, I think it is, Atlanta,
yep.
Georgia, Equus is doing their first national event. And believe you me, everybody's going to come out of there. We can show you line graphs, right? But everyone's business is going to be taking off after that. What we're trying to do is encourage you to build into that before you get there and have a head start, on yourself and everything. Get started now and really push that. So everything that you said, man, I think is perfect timing for the message. Spot on, buddy. Hey, if anybody wants help or just, game planning, lead strategy, scheduling, if you're part-time and, you only have a certain amount of hours, we'd love to help you get the biggest return on investment from your time even, Maybe you need to get a license in the state of Washington, Maybe you need to time travel, as I call it, and be able to work a little bit later in your time zone, sacrifice a little bit of free time to replace your income to have all the time that we have. There's several strategies, and we've helped a lot of people from all walks of life accomplish these things. So, ask for help. We want to help you. My biggest fear, Chuck, is someone setting a goal that's, that they're trying to accomplish and thinking that they're going to get it, but they don't know that they're not doing the right thing to get it, right? They don't know the price. Everything has a price. So that's my biggest fear. At least let's be specific and say, hey, if you want to make $10,000 a month at your current contract, here's what the price you have to pay. Here's how many appointments you're probably going to have to run based on your numbers, how many people you're going to have to talk to, how many dollars you're going to have to make. Let's run this based on data and not leave it up to chance. We all got a lot of catching up to do to catch your momentum, but this is the period of time. It doesn't make sense to most people. There's periods of time in your life where you have to fight for momentum with everything that you have. Everything. It's life or death. Because in my mind, clocking in and working for somebody 8 to 5 that doesn't give a crap about me and not appreciate me and telling me when I can go on vacation, everyone dies, but very few people live. That's not living to me. So to me, it is life or death. You have to treat it that way. There's periods of time you have to fight for momentum, man. It doesn't make sense to people, but most people don't get to do what we do, man. We won't keep you long tonight. Chuck, thank you so much for pouring out to us, man. Guys, it's Monday. It's go time. Set a short-term goal by Friday. Hell or high water, you're going to do this. Whether it's activity-based, whether you're going to make $500 or you're going to close 3 apps, whatever it is, whatever level you're at, set a goal by Friday and go see what you got. See what you're made of. We'll see you on the leaderboard. Well,